loves, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Tanya, Titanium Built. For those of you who are new, welcome on in. For those of you who are a returning subscriber, welcome on back. Love you. You already know that. You're all really amazing. Here we talk a little bit about everything, including and not limited to trauma from loss, injury, or accident. And I'm also branching out to do more true crime reviews and a little life vlog. True crime is what we'll be talking about today. If this channel sounds like something that you'd be interested in signing up for, please hit that subscribe button. It is free to join. And also the bell icon to be alerted to all my new content that I post. And if you'd like to hit that like button as well, that way I know to make more content like this one here. I upload every Tuesday. I do an instant premiere at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then I come back on at 7 p.m. the same day Eastern Standard Time to do a live open Q&A with everybody. Today we are going to be talking about a true crime case, and this one is really a doozy. So I've been thinking about the Kielyrodni case. If you haven't watched my first video, it's the one that just previously was uploaded today or yesterday. So you can go and catch that one first and then come back for this one if you'd like to be caught up. But I really just wanted to talk about how Kiely was found in the reservoir and how I can't get that out of my mind. And I just wanted to go back through how I was trapped in a car myself for over 2.5 hours and what I went through, and what went through my mind and stuff, being in that kind of almost the same position as her, since she was the same size as myself. She's 5'7". I think she was 5'7", 118. When I was in my car accident, I was 5'8", 105, 106. So extremely tiny, very tiny girl she was too. So, and I just wanted to see how I could have apply my previous experience to this case, and just to see what the differences was. The only difference is there was water compared to an engine being stuck on me, but both are trapped in a car setting with no help in sight. So I can totally close my eyes and almost relate to her in a way. Not to get into too much detail with my own story, because I've told that on my channel previously. And if you'd like to, you can always go on my channel and check those stories out as well. But my story compared to hers was, my story, we're coming down a road and we're getting ready to go down and to the right. It's a little slight curve to the right. So he missed the curve. So we are riding right here. We are on green pastures. Okay. We are beside the road. We're cruising down. During this, I had time to process thoughts, lots and lots and lots of thoughts. My first thought was, oh my God. Second thought was, I could see a telephone pole and a tree. So there's the tree, there's the telephone pole, not much room in between. And I'm like, oh, he's going to try to go in between the tree and the telephone pole. And I'm thinking that, and then I'm thinking he's not going to make it. Then my next thought is, this is going to be a bad night. So I had plenty of time to process thoughts. So I feel like the same way, if she didn't see herself being hit, if she saw herself going into that reservoir, how she would be thinking and how she would be trying to get out of that same situation, like I would have been trying to think about getting out of that same situation. The passenger side window was broken, and we all know from the AWP footage that it was actually intact when the diver went down. Nick went down, that window was intact. The only window they said, I believe, that was halfway down was the back driver's side window. So if I was going to put Kiely in the passenger side and then put someone in the driver's side, maybe that person in the driver's side got out. They were able to get out. Like my driver in my accident was able to get out and not call for help. My driver didn't call for help. This person could have just left and not called for help. That could be the foul play. The back driver's side, or the back the back window being down on the driver's side, to me, would be somebody sitting in that seat because they want to be able to talk to the passenger. If there's only 3 people in the car, driver, passenger, back person, I would want to sit there. That way I can have an angle to talk with the passenger driver, because you're not going to talk to the driver while they're driving, really. That window being halfway down, or a little down, maybe they're passing drinks out while they're like getting ready to leave, or they're passing a joint through the window or something, or smoke through the window, before they're leaving the party. But someone could be talking out that back window. I think that could be why that back window is down. There's a reason why that one was down out of all of them. She was either back in the back seat with the guy, and then they put that window down together before they left, or someone was sitting back there when that car left for its final departure. So then that brings me to the next question. Was she intoxicated? Was she so intoxicated to where she was just trying to find a way out? I don't know, to where she didn't go out that driver's side back window because she either didn't know it was down, because there was no light source. That's the only thing I can think of. And that's was there a light source? Was there a light source? We have seen on different news shows and things that there wasn't a lot of light sources out there at this party that she supposedly was at. So if there wasn't any light source out there for the teens that were at this party, let's say, they were using those hats with the lights on them, and they were using their cars and things like that to produce light, then there wasn't any light source at that reservoir where she was found. And I really know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to have all lights go out. In my car accident, that's exactly what happened. We hit a tree, and then we bounced off and we hit the telephone pole. In doing so, all the lights were cut out in the car, and there was no street lights on that road because of the road that we were on, and we were set back. So it was pitch black. Nothing. You couldn't see in front of your face. So if there was no light source, maybe she didn't see that window open. Maybe she was trying to get to the back to get air. Maybe she wasn't driving. Maybe she was. That I don't know. That's all speculation. I'm take my stuff with a grain of salt. Everything I say with a grain of salt. But I'm just going off of what I experienced whenever I was trapped in a car, and what I would do to get out of that position, in that predicament. And escaping to the back hatch doesn't seem implausible to me at all. It doesn't seem out of the realm of possibilities. That's all I'm saying. My next thing is, I'm from a small town, and I looked up Truckee, and it has about 15,000 people in it. That's actually less than my small town, and I came from a small town. The fact that Kate, that whole thing with her friend is out with her, supposedly sleeping with Jagger, which is Kiely's ex, and those kind of things, I'm taking that with a grain of salt, because I'm from a small town, and it's not out of the realm of possibilities for that to be happening, and for Kiely to even known about it and maybe not even cared. I grew up in a small town. There's not a whole lot of guys to choose from. I've seen it. I've seen it with girls I know. So, and also this has happened before to me. Could there have been an undercover cop or cops at this party? Could someone have found out, and that is why there's a cover-up? We keep thinking that there's kids of officers at this party. But what if there was actual undercover officers at this party? I don't know. That's just something to think about. That's another thing to think about. Maybe she felt, whenever all the cars were going out in a single file line to the right, maybe she felt that there was cops lying in wait, and she didn't want to get in trouble with all the rest of the kids. So maybe she cut that quick left. Maybe someone was in the car with her, though, and told her to make that quick left. Or maybe someone made that quick left for her because they were the one driving. Those are questions that we can only speculate. And that's all I can speculate. I'm just telling the facts, but I'll let you know what I'm just speculating on. Was she intoxicated is another thing. The toxicology report won't come out until November 1st because nothing's coming out before then. But was she drunk? There's been people that have come forward supposedly saying, yeah, she was. But then that's all speculation. We don't have a toxicology report. We don't have an autopsy report in our hands as of yet. We're not going to get that, we don't think, until November 1st. So we're just all speculating at this point with that. But I am going to tell you all the facts at the end of this video. So don't forget to watch till the end because I am going to give you all the facts at the end. And one more thing I am speculating on before I get to the facts and everything that we know this far. But wouldn't the police have told her family if they suspected any of her friends or foul play in her death? Like, I mean, her mom's galloping around with her friend Sammy, all chummy. Don't you think the officers would say, hey, Mom, step it back away from the friends for a minute. You know, we have good reason to believe that maybe she had a hand in this. But that hasn't happened. So is there something that they know or that they don't know that we don't know? You know, are they clueless as we are? Because we've actually found out a little bit more than they have so far, just being YouTubers. Sorry, my dog's barking in the background. Sorry about that. But I mean, I just don't know. I think that they would tell her mom. But then again, that's speculation. So as of right now, we are waiting to hear about the autopsy report, the toxicology report, and we're waiting to hear back to see if she had a black box in her car, which I did look that up, and they started putting black boxes in the CRVs in 2012 because unfortunately they weren't in the car that I was in. It was a 2011 Honda Civic. So even the same kind of car, same brand anyway. So the black box should tell them exactly. It's not going to tell them who was driving, but it'll tell them if her seatbelt was on during impact, if the airbags were deployed, her speed at impact, things like that. So it'll at least tell her the speed and if she tried to stop prior to the impact, which I think will be telling for this case. These are the facts in order that I best could put them in. These are just the facts. These are not speculation. These are not anything from someone else's mouth or hearsay, or these are just facts that I know of to be facts. Kiely left home August 5th to go to a party. We don't know what party. We just know she went to a party. Kiely's phone, her phone, texted her mom at 11:30 to say she'd be leaving the party in 45 minutes to come home. Her phone texted her mom, but there was no phone call in place, and we don't know if that was Kiely, 100%. No one knows. Kiely went missing on August 6th, the day after the party. 19,000 man-hours were used searching the ground and air for the 16-year-old missing teen. AWP came in and found her on August 21st. So that's about 2 weeks after she was last seen. 𝒘𝒂𝒏, a content creator on YouTube, found her MacBook and personal belongings in the reservoir about a week ago. So about the 10th or 11th of September. November 1st will be when we'll get all new updates and new case updates will come on November 1st. That's all we know. We know, and we knew we had a 16-year-old teenager that went to a party. That's what we know. Teenager went to a party, found in her vehicle underwater 2 weeks later. 2 weeks late, I should say. Late. 19,000 man-hours. Even if you divide that by 2, let's say 10,000 man-hours. 50% of that. I could literally point and my finger could touch her vehicle almost, from where you could be standing with an officer on the side of the embankment. She's right there, sir. She's just right there. Some depths, she's only 10 feet down, and some depths, she's only 14 feet down. But she's right there. She's hanging. Oh, you don't want to come get it today? Oh, you don't want to get her today? Oh, that's fine. Just come back and get her tomorrow. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, she'll be there. She'll still be there. It's fine. Oh, and don't worry about, taping up the windows or doing any of that shit. Just let it all roll out. And I know that we all can say this now, but none of us have ever pulled a car out of the reservoir, so we probably don't know what we would do. But that's why you had AWP there, people that actually do this for a living. Or you could have called in people that do this for a living, because this is a high profile case. You knew that you had social media eyes all over you, and you knew, and especially YouTube. We are an old folk over here. We are going to dig and we are going to want to know, and we are not going to give up until we find out the truth. So with that said, that's all we've got. If I hear of anything else, I will bring it to you guys, because I really do love this case and I really feel passionately about this case. Because someone failed this girl. A lot of people failed this girl. And that's really sad. She's only 16. And not just the police, not just her friends. Everybody failed this girl. And I can't even really be mad at her friends. I mean, because I grew up in a small town, and the way they're acting is the way small town kids act. They're tight-lipped. They're scared usually. I know her friends left her there or whatever happened. I don't know how many times I left my friends at parties. And I mean, they're like, I'm fine, I'm having fun. And you just go, okay, bye, girl. See you tomorrow. Or what? Maybe it's because I'm older and we did that and we could do that back then. I don't know, maybe, but we did it. We did it. So if there's all these people sitting there saying that they never did this before and they can't imagine how their friends just left her there. Shit, I can. And I grew up in I thought it was a small town. It was only 20 some thousand. This is even smaller. So I don't know. I'm just going to keep watching this case really closely. And I promise not to do 10-hour lives or anything crazy on y'all. But I promise to keep bringing you guys the facts. And if you have made it to the end of my video, it was a vehicle, end of my vehicle. We've been talking about cars too much tonight, guys. And you want to help support the channel, you can actually donate if you'd like to support my channel at either on our PayPal or our Cash App. And our name on there is Titanium Built. So PayPal or Cash App, Titanium Built. And if you made it to the end of my video and you would like to help grow the channel, and it doesn't cost anything at all, just hit that subscribe button, the bell icon to be alerted to all the new content, and don't forget that like button there. I really appreciate you guys so much for coming for each and every upload, and especially on my new crime, true crime journey. And I cannot wait to see how this goes, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to add me on social.